What's up, people? Back with another video, back with another reaction, back with a thank you, which is to say, I mentioned it when I first had to start this channel, which is a result of my old channel, which, it was more techno-oriented, but I had about 250 subs, and, there were a lot of interactions because a lot of the people following my videos were the people involved with the labels and the tunes that I was reacting to, so it was a really great thing. There was a lot of interaction, and then my YouTube told me that because my account was linked to an old college email, they weren't giving their services to alumni email anymore, so I just had to come over and start this new channel. And it was a bit daunting. It was like, man, like these videos are now going to get, like 5 or 6 plays or whatever, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, there's plenty of people making YouTube videos that don't get the amount of views that they should. But slowly but surely, whether through techno or punk rock or Iron Maiden or classical music or hip-hop, or indeed techno and trance as well, and especially, I should say, in recent times, my ambient mixes, which, the ambient mixes I did initially on my own, and then for a few years as part of a radio show I ran on Pure Internet Radio based out of Amsterdam. It's as near and dear my heart as any DJ activities I've ever done. It's one of the most rewarding and fulfilling types of music I've ever pursued and tried to make sets of. So the fact that those mixes have really started to take off in the last few days, it really warms my heart, makes me so happy. So bottom line, wherever you came from and whyever you initially came here, I really do appreciate you watching and listening. At this point, the channel is almost kind of back to where my old channel was, but I think the crowd that is watching is a lot more diverse and broad, which is very exciting because, again, I'm a techno guy, but I'm also all the other things that I mentioned in terms of my musical pursuits. So anyway, I did want to celebrate the fact that when I'm almost, back to where my old channel was by starting a new category. I've always tried to, be very diverse in the way that I've handled this second channel, and I want to keep that going. I want to keep trying different styles. So I'm going to start reacting to some video game music that over the years has made a big impact on me in one way or the other. I don't game as much as I used to. I still game with a couple friends, especially I play some, Halo Master Chief Collection, even though that's been out for several years now, because a friend of mine that I play it with, we played Halo, way back to the old school days, but nevertheless, there are different music pieces from different games, different, generations of game systems over the years that have made an impact on me. And a game that is a contender from my favorite video game ever, Chrono Cross. It's a role-playing game. It's a sequel to another brilliant game, Chrono Trigger, which came out for the Super Nintendo. Yeah, honestly, both of these games are incredible for their story, for their, narrative unfolding, but also for their music. And I think the lead music director for both games was the same, Yasunori Mitsuda. And he also just left such a legacy in these games. So we're going to listen to sort of the title tune, or indeed it's the main title sequence track of the game Chrono Cross, which is the sequel. This came out in the 90s for the PlayStation. So, as I said, this tune is the opening tune of the game. It's called Scars Left by Time. Yasunori Mitsuda. This is originally from the Chrono Cross soundtrack disc. I don't have the disc anymore, but I ripped it to my computer long ago, so I can't actually show you the disc. Nevertheless, this is the first disc, or the first track on the first disc of the soundtrack. Here we go. And wistful intro, which admittedly is set to some great poetry in the intro of the game. It's perfect. Energy change, tempo change, atmosphere change. dude, there's so many potential things. It's hard not to think of the intro if you know the game, but it could be set to anything. It's just a brilliant piece of music. And again, I do love the, sort of morning, night sort of feel where it starts very slow and wistful and sort of, pensive, and then it sort of kicks into gear and it has that much more energetic second half. So yeah, if you know the game, I'm sure you love that track as much as I do. I think the game is considered one of the very best of its era. Certainly one of the best on the original PlayStation. I get it. People have different types of games that they play. So if you played more sports games and other things, and might not know this game or might not be all that fond of it. But again, I think in terms of the legacy of the original PlayStation, it's one of the very top games. It is not, by any means, the only really good track in that soundtrack. Both games have just excellent soundtracks from top to bottom, so I might come back to this, but I do think, even if I do start doing some of these video game reactions for music, they're going to be pretty rare. Not going to do them all the time. Have so many other types of music reactions to get to, including requests, that I don't want to get off track. But I did want to start this one as a way to sort of branch out even further, and also just to say thank you to all the people who've been watching. So yeah, thank you for the people who watched this video. I really do appreciate it. Let me know if there are some video games over the years that you think have really good music, and you'd like to know if I have, because I do have a lot of video game music on my computer. Some of it through soundtracks, some of it like the audio ripped out of like the ROMs of, or like emulators, or no, the emulator is the hard, or the software, right, and then the ROMs are the individual games. Nevertheless, I do have a lot of video game music, so let me know if there's one you'd like to hear. Other than that, thank you for watching and listening. Have a good day, have a good night, and I will see you next time. Peace.